government reverses the new electricity.
The difference between the two. What we are saying that we cannot continue to pay more for more darkness.
The state chairperson of NLC, Funmilayo Sesi, who led the union members, told TVC News that the action is in compliance with the directive of the National Secretariat of the Congress.
This electricity tariff for Band A and Band B is out of the reach of a common man like us. The prices of goods and services have escalated since the removal of fuel subsidy. Nigerians are still at the receiving end because everything total together, they will still pass it on to the consumers. Not only that, the hospitals are also crying. They are part of it because they have already removed them from the Band A. So Nigerians are dying.
Government should be sincere, and when I mean sincere, take drastic action to make sure the discos or the operators of this should provide the necessary facilities for people. Estimated bill is killing, is fraud.
The Labour leaders say the picketing is aimed at forcing the authorities to reverse the recent hike in electricity tariff in the country.
Armed with their placards, members of organized labor in Delta State are here at the office of the Benin Electricity Distribution Company in Asaba to express their grievance over electricity tariff hike, which is biting hard on them. They demand a quick reversal.
We are telling the government that, look, they should reverse the electricity tariff. We are telling the government that the data here particularly, we don't have light. Like since yesterday, I've been trying to charge my phone and I've been unable to charge it. You must run it on the personal gen before you can charge your phone. Here, absolutely, we don't have light here in data. But nationally, we want the reverse of the electricity tariff. Now, the minimum wage is still 30,000 naira. So how do you expect the poor to pay for electricity bill?
You cannot be increasing electricity bill without giving the people light. So the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress saw this as being unfair.
For the workers, due process should have been taken before reaching such a decision that is adding more burden on most Nigerians despite poor electricity supply.
The NERC and the electricity companies did not follow due process before slamming high electricity tariff on Nigerians, and it's telling much of that. So the organized level, TUC, NLC, is saying that they should go back, reverse it to what it used to be.
So totally, there's no point increasing it. In Delta State, it doesn't exist. But it's total outage that we encounter every now and then. Yet you are increasing it. Every day carrying a ladder, climbing and disconnecting. What are they disconnecting?
On April 3rd, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission approved an increase in electricity tariff for customers in the classification from 66 naira to 225 naira per kilowatt hour.
The federal government, through the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission on the 3rd of April, announced the upward review of electricity tariffs for users. Members of the NLC and TUC occupied the building of the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company, leaving workers stranded in protest against what they described as bringing more suffering to the people. They said despite the increase, power supply has not improved and wonder why Nigerians should pay for darkness.
In my house now, simply because we are coming here this morning, for the first time for the past 2 months, they supplied electricity to our area this morning. That's a gimmick, nothing but deceptions. We are begging, we are wailing, we are crying. Please let the poor live.
When Jonathan was there, he said subsidy is a scam. Now it's no more a scam. They have removed it. They are making life very difficult for us. It is high time all this hiking price of this electricity should be brought down immediately.
But this claim is far from what the minister confirmed recently when he said power supply had improved after generating 5,000 megawatts of electricity.
We have been able to achieve 5,000 megawatts of power just last week, which is what we have witnessed the little improvement in power supply to our households, to our businesses, to our industries. We are not stopping there, we are not relating our efforts. Our target is by the end of this year, or before the end of this year, we should be able to take our power generation output to 6,000 megawatts.
Christian Woye sells phone accessories and has started using a generator. He says relying on electricity from the distribution company was not feasible due to the inconsistent supply.
If you say night they dey stable, I get night or do that kind of thing. But there's no night, so no need of me disturbing myself. If I get night here now, there's no night.
If they are bereft of ideas, they should just resign. There are so many things that the government can do to assist the masses, to make sure the masses get it right. One of the things as regards this electricity is to make our refineries functioning very well, maximally. Let me remind you, when this, at a point in this country, this issue of electricity was privatized. And up to today, it may interest you to know that our government is still subsidizing after privatization. And the reason they gave to us by then was that they were privatizing so that they'll be able to make it work maximally. It will interest you to know that even up to now, the government that privatized electricity that year is still subsidizing. There are money that are still going out to these people. Where is the money going?
The Nigerian people are the heart of government policy. So what we've done here today is to come out and identify with Nigerians and to identify with workers, to tell the political class that workers have been pushed to the back end, that our patience as to government policies and programs has been overstretched. So therefore right now we have no place to go than to resist these economic policies, because we've been choked, and as I speak to you, is actually suffocating the Nigerian people. So we are here today to demonstrate the fact that we are not happy, and it's also a way of expressing our displeasure to some of the policies and programs of government, because we feel that as government, the people should be at the center point of all their policies, and that we think is abundantly lacking from what we've seen so far, particularly since 1999 till date. I don't think it is a party thing. It's more of a political class thing. It's like they all have the same ideological orientation. And one point I must also make is that the issue of Band A, Band B, that is being presently preached today, to us as labor movement, we are against it. And we are against it in the fact that it tends to promote a class society. We feel that as labor unions, we promote more of a classless society. We don't want a situation whereby we have certain persons at Band A, they enjoy more of electricity, and those who are the lower end of the ladder, they don't have access to electricity. We believe that when you have this kind of policy in place, it always tends to promote inequality, and it tends to widen the gap between the haves and the haves not. And we think a society like that is very dangerous, because when you have such a society, it's more or less a time bomb waiting to explode. So we feel as government, they should address all these things so that every Nigerian, irrespective of your status, irrespective of your social orientation, you must have a place in Nigeria. You must have the opportunity and equal access to basic necessities of life. And I think that's the major reason we are here.
If they are going to increase it now, then our problem will be increasing. So having known that they are not giving us enough, like in Akure, I think for more than 4 days, you won't have electricity, and still they are increasing the tariff. So that is to say, you are buying at a 0 point, and there is no need for us to be supporting such a thing.
And this is based on the announcement made by Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission. My dear brother, 225 naira per hour is too much. There is hardship everywhere in the country. It is high time for the Nigerians to know that it is high time for us to fight for our rights. It is high time for the federal government to know that people are suffering in the country. We say no to high or increase of electricity tariff in this country.
The government should do the needful. Every effort to get them to negotiating table have not worked. The joint efforts of Nigerian Labour Congress and TUC, they come to a conclusion that enough is enough. One with the discourse. The discourse, they're supposed to provide the meter so that whatever you take, you pay.
On the profile interview segment this week, I'll be speaking with the national president of NUHI. It brings us up to speed on several challenges workers have faced in the country and timeline of possibilities with the federal government as regards checkmating the increase in the electricity tariff. It's good to have you on the program.
Thank you.
So what is your opinion about estimated billing in the country?
Oh, thank you very much, Sharon. Let me take you to speed on what transpired and what happened on the past picketing of NERC, discourse, and Ministry of Power. Labour will use all what it has to defend our members. And I must tell you this, that Nigerian must know, government must know, any organization must know, that every labor must be respected. When you say this, it means they are the one creating the wage and be rewarded accordingly. And this makes us to say we must voice on this particular decision as regard the hike in the electricity tariff.
What is your opinion about the several challenges that workers have faced in your sector?
Let me bring it to this. Any country that will survive in the economy must first of all fix power sector. That is what we must know. No business can thrive without having power. Electricity is very, very important to allow business to thrive. And Nigeria, at the moment, have a very poor generation. Let me analyze this to you. You have hydro, you have gas. What are the numbers or the capacity of these stations we are talking about to the population we have in Nigeria? If truly we want to improve in power sector, generation must first of all be fixed. You cannot give what you don't have. With that population, you are still operating under 5,000 megawatts. It is as poor as that. 13 years ago, we were under this 4,000, 3,000, 4 megawatts. And now we are giving electricity tariff every day, increasing it every day. With the same generation, with this level of generation, honestly, we are still facing serious challenges in power sector. Though other sectors have a lot of challenges too. I mean, I'm talking about transmission and distribution. But as it is presently now, you discover that even what we are generating at the moment, transmission has the capacity to will it. Even if it stands still of what we are having at the moment, transmission have the capacity to will it. But go to distribution. What is their preparation? Do they prepare to even to receive all these megawatts, all these loads from generation and transmission? Of course, no. Go to your area this morning. See the level of load shedding everywhere. Transformer limitation, because there was no proper investment in power sector at distribution level.
How are your members responding to this development?
I said it earlier, that we will go extra mile to protect our workers. At the moment you make an announcement of 300% increase of electricity tariff, And the workers that is collecting this revenue did not receive 1% increase in their salary. Where is it done? That is pure injustice. You want me to go and collect money from customers from 66 naira kilowatt hour to 225 kilowatt hour? And me that is collecting this money, you did not increase my salary from 30,000 even to 31,000. No incentive, no promotion, especially at distribution level. I said it a few days ago at AEDC, that AEDC, when they got the company, they were making around 4 billion naira. Sorry, I have to make this public. But now they have increased in some percentage. And up to date, workers under them are facing serious challenges about increment in salary, promotion, and a lot of problems.
Of course, it's been a very busy week for organized labor, and recently organized labor walked out of the negotiating meeting of the minimum wage, which consists of organized private sector and also government. On the table, the proposal that was brought to the table was 48,000 naira. As the president of NUHI, do you have any comments as regards this development?
So the question was how to improve the capacity in the power sector. At least we know it is the bedrock of our economy, and the best way is to first of all fix all other sectors, and that is the truth and nothing but the truth. And I said it, that the first thing that government should first of all look into is the moment you have some generation that for the past 1 or 2 years, what they are giving us in the national grid is the same thing they are giving to us. Apart from the recent one we have from Sungeru Hydro, which gave us almost 700 megawatts. Before you are having 1,320 megawatts on Egbin. That is what they are about. And now you still to cover the same 700 megawatts you are having on it. You have some gas power station like Omotosho, like Olorunsogo, like Ihobo, and so many other stations like that that are generating power through gas. And we have more generation. I am telling you this sincerely. Power will feel it. Business owner will feel it. Manufacturer will feel it. Are you getting my point now? Once you are sending the 4,000 to Nigeria, it means you are sending darkness. From my own angle, I frown at it. We are not calling that tariff in electricity should be static. We all understand that the cost of gas is not stable. But when you are calling for an increase, make it transparent. Let there be proper consultation of the stakeholders in the sector. Let those who are using it be involved too. You don't just wake up overnight and tell the MD Sharon Group of Company, your kilowatt hour was 66 naira yesterday. Tomorrow you'll be paying 200 naira. How will you feel? I am telling you, the ripple effect will be on your workers. Because the more you cannot produce again, the workers will have problem. And that's where what we are saying, that Nigeria should wake up and let's talk truth to ourselves. Let's say the truth and let's fix this power sector. Thank you.
And that's all we can take on today's edition of the program. Join us next week for a fresh edition of the show. I am Sharon Ijason. Thanks for watching, and remember that labor creates wealth.